I want to know, guys, which mask is cooler? The one I got here, which this one, or the one that Barcelona is selling currently for 18 euro. 18 euros for a mask? What? That is way too much. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here. Welcome back to the video here on the channel, and today we're finally doing the video that one of you guys requested, and that guy who requested this video is Jesse. Jesse from Instagram, Jesse332. You requested this video, and hopefully all of you other people like it. Before starting off, of course, I want to get the formalities out of the way. If you want to submit your ideas for a weekly video, be sure to let me know in the comment box down below of this video, or talk to me through Instagram. So of course, as you can see from the title, this video is all about the best signings of the decade, the top 10 best signings that Barcelona has made in the last 10 years. So the criteria that I've used to select these players are basically how much money did we spend for them, and basically how much money we got in return. What have they achieved at Barcelona, and how important have they been to the system that they played in during their time. So of course, starting off at the bottom, let's go straight into number 10. I got a player, let me tell you, a player that I was so surprised that he even got into this list. And a player that many of you, I know, are gonna be like, Buga, what the fuck, really? What the fuck are you doing? Well, that player is Paulinho. Paulinho at number 10, and here's why. Because he cost 40 million euros, right? He cost 40 million euros. I made a video saying Paulinho shouldn't be at Barcelona. Literally, I made that video with that title. And he proved me wrong completely, because he came in, had an amazing work ethic. The very first game he scored a goal against Getafe. He was all over the field. He loves working, and that's something that for me has a very soft spot. If you have a player that goes there and sweats every single shed of, well, sweat in his body in the game, I'm gonna praise you for that, because it means that you're playing for the badge, and that is something that not too many players can do, right? So Paulinho for me was incredible. On top of that, we've only been 1 year at Barca. He won a La Liga and a Copa del Rey. He was a starter in El Clásico, man, and he was one of the best players in it as well at the Bernabeu. Paulinho for 40 million euros was good, and then on top of that, we sold him for 40 million euros as well. Like in a year, we got him, we got our stuff out of the player, and then we literally sold him for the very same amount of money. So there's literally no loss. It's like a free player for a year. So for me, that's a positive. Paulinho number 10, you did a well job. You did a very good job. At number 9, I'm going with a player who is very close to home, and that is Claudio Bravo. I'm not from Chile, but they're my neighbors. But Claudio Bravo at number 9 for me was also a very good signing. A signing for 2 years that came into Barcelona, and for 12 million euros from Real Sociedad. He did amazing stuff. But he did also an incredible job in La Liga, producing so many clean sheets. I can remember amazing saves as well. And he was just such an experienced overall player and a new breath of fresh air. He was very similar into a way of Victor Valdés, I gotta say, but without anything of that pressure and kind of allegiance to Barcelona. And most importantly, the strategy that Barcelona put in place, that Luis Enrique did, of playing Claudio Bravo in La Liga and the Copa del Rey, and then having Ter Stegen for the Cups, Copa del Rey and Champions League, was pivotal. And he could have been a good inspiration for Ter Stegen as well. So I think it was just useful. It was good for him, and also to kind of settle Ter Stegen into the role. So good job on Claudio Bravo for 12 million euros. Great signing. At number 8, I'm going to be going with another 40 million euro player, and that is David Villa. David Villa is very similar to Claudio Bravo in a sense, but of course he has been much more of an influential player, playing in the best team the world has ever seen. We're talking about that team from Pep Guardiola. David Villa was incredible for that, because he created so much space for Messi and allowed a player like Pedro also to shine. But he was also so good in association, and those 2 years was he exceptional. That was the top of his game, man. And for 40 million euros, guys, look at what he has been able to win. 1 UCL, 2 La Ligas, 2 Copa del Reys, 1 Spanish Super Cup, 1 European Super Cup, 1 FIFA Club World Cup. He was so effective, man. So effective. David Villa, well done. And when he retired, you could see just the love from Barcelona fans that they have to him. He didn't spend the longest of time at the club, but when he was on the top of the game, like I said. He was excellent for us. So David Villa, number 8 for me. He was a good player. At number 7, I'm going to be going with a player that we currently have in our squad, and this is the first one of those here on this list, but one player which is relatively new, and that is Frenkie de Jong. And you're going to be like, wait, what? How is he able to compete? How is he even on top of someone like David Villa? Well, the thing is that for 75 million euros, we're getting one of the best midfielder talent there could be for the next, decade. I could see de Jong playing all the way at Barca until 2030. That's literally how long I think de Jong can stay here. And picture that timeline. I think de Jong can do an amazing thing there. And if, for instance, Xavi comes to manage Barcelona and then we get this style back and we play really good as well, one of the main reasons is going to be because of Frenkie de Jong. And he's such a versatile player. He's going to have such an amazing career at Barcelona. And I'm kind of weighing on that. I'm kind of using that as my argument. I think that what Frenkie de Jong can win here is impressive, is amazing. So many titles de Jong could be winning with Barcelona. And he could be one of the best midfielders the game has seen. So I really want him to succeed at Barcelona like that. I really want him to create this legacy, and I have the faith in him to do it. And like I said, 75 million euros, yes, it's a lot expensive, but we're putting our faith into a very good player that could be, like I said, that pivotal stone of our midfield for years to come. At number 6, I'm going to be going with Neymar. And I don't know if you expected this, but Neymar here for 88 million euros was bought from Santos. The thing with Neymar is one very interesting. The arguments are very similar to the sense of David Villa because he came from 2013, 2014 and left in 2017, if I'm not wrong. So 4 years basically with Barcelona, 3. And in that time, you look at what he was able to do. Very similar to David Villa, a lot of things he won. He won 1 Champions League, and man, he was amazing in that run. He won 2 La Ligas, 1 Copa del Rey, 2 Spanish Super Cups, 1 European Super Cup, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, and he did that amazing remontada against PSG. All of that for me is, of course, put him into the value of a good signing. But the thing why he's so low in this list is because he could have potentially done so much more. For 88 million euros, for when bringing this star player in Neymar, I'm not only weighing what he has done and the money, I'm weighing how good, like I said, he could have fitted into the system. I think Neymar needed to stay at Barcelona. Not because I'm a Barca fan, I want to take advantage of him. No, I'm just saying it as a fan, as someone who knows football. Neymar, the best thing for Neymar would have been to stay at Barcelona, but he had to leave to PSG. There's not so much we could have done because, of course, it was a release clause. And another reason why he's this high up the list in front of players like David Villa, Frenkie de Jong, and, well, of course, in front of Paulinho and Claudio Bravo, is because we sold him and then look at that profit of money. Like, we got that huge amount of money coming in for the club. Then we wasted it on Dembélé and Coutinho. Well, not really wasted them, but kind of flops of transfers. But we had that money in our bank, all because of Neymar. And if you want to look at it from a financial perspective, it's a great deal. From a footballistic perspective, it's a good deal, yes. It put in the value, but he could have done so much more. So that is why he's number 6. He got us great amount of money, he got us great moments, but he could have potentially been stellar for Barcelona, and he wasn't. He could have gone for so many more years, and he just left. At number 5, halfway through the list, I'm going to be going with Javier Mascherano. And Javier Mascherano, if you don't know, guys, is one of my favorite players ever. I loved watching him with Argentina, and I love watching him with Barcelona. And for me, he's this high up the list. Simply, just looking at the price, he was 20 million euros from Liverpool, and he won us so much. Look at what he has won. We're talking about Mascherano here. A player who has won so many things, guys. Look at this. Part of 2 amazing great teams. We have 2 Champions League, not 1, but 2 Champions League. The very first player on this list to do that. 5 La Ligas, 5 Copa del Rey's, 3 Spanish Super Cups, 2 European Super Cups, and 2 FIFA Club World Cups. That's amazing for a player like Mascherano. And on top of that, a player playing out of position. We bought a CDM, and we ended up having a center back that was one of the best in our, like, I can say history. I can honestly say history. Look at what he has done at the team. And he was just so excellent, calm, collective, professional, such a good figure. Like, after not having Puyol, Mascherano came in, and he wasn't, of course, at that level, but he was a good overall center back for us, and he was so damn good. So number 5 for me, Mascherano, makes a lot of sense, guys. He's really this high up because he deserves it. At number 4, I'm going to be going with Jordi Alba, 40 million euros from Valencia in 2014. And Jordi Alba, he hasn't won as much as Mascherano, I would say, into that. He didn't win that first UCL. But the thing with Jordi Alba is that for a great price, we got one of the world's best left back. and in some seasons, the world's best left back. And we got a player just so pivotal to our entire system, entire club, entire philosophy, and a player that takes such a good advantage of playing with someone like Lionel Messi. That understanding between Messi and the two fullbacks of our team, in the sense that was Dani Alves and Jordi Alba, and of course, if you get it right, Dani Alves was bought before a decade, so that's why he's not in this list. Jordi Alba just surpassed all expectations, I would say. He just became incredible and such a regular starter for our team that is not even we don't even think twice about what's going to happen. Of course, we start thinking about who will be able to replace him, but for so many years, for 7 years now, we have never had to ever think about what are we going to do with that position, have we? We don't. We just think left back Jordi Alba, that's it, easily, from the first day he came in to the last. At number 3, I'm going to be going with a player that you're all going to be like, did he just say that? And yes, I did say that. For number 3 for me, I'm going to be going with Ivan Rakitic. 80 million euros from Sevilla. Ivan Rakitic is your number 3. Yes, guys, he's my number 3. He, for me, of course, if you compare him to someone like Javier Mascherano, has won a lot less. And that's a very big thing for me. I was kind of always shifting between Jordi Alba, Ivan Rakitic, and Mascherano. But the thing with Ivan Rakitic for me is that for that amount of money, he became a blessing in disguise. I think that without Rakitic, I don't know what we would have done with our midfield. Because he came in that first season and he was incredible, man. He has been incredible for 3 years. One of the most underrated players I've ever seen. People used to talk about Kroos in that time, Modric in that time. Rakitic, let me tell you, man, he was up there with the best midfielders in the world. Literally, those first three seasons with Barca, he was incredible. He reached heights that I never thought he could have. And he was so pivotal to the system of Luis Enrique and Valverde as well. I don't want to talk about Valverde, of course, because Valverde, but for Luis Enrique, he was so good. The football will always go up, and Rakitic will come in. It will be like second sense to him. He works so hard, guys, so hard, and he deserves that praise. And he has won a lot of things as well at the team, and I'm just gonna mention it right now. He has won 1 UCL, 4 La Ligas, 4 Copa del Reyes, 2 Spanish Super Cups, 1 European Super Cup, and 1 FIFA Club World Cup. Pivotal player, and I don't know what we would have done without him. Literally, if we don't have Rakitic, who we would have had in midfield? In second place, I'm going to be going with Luis Suarez, 81 million euros from Liverpool in 2015. Luis Suarez follows a very similar trend. Luis Suarez follows a very similar trend to that of Ivan Rakitic, and that is that we got a player which we of course knew was going to be an amazing striker, but after having that incident in the World Cup, you know, the biting to Chiellini, we didn't know exactly how was that going to affect him. And of course he had that ban and wasn't able to come in straight from the get-go. But when he did, man, he was amazing. And the thing for me why he's so high up here is not only because we were struggling to find strikers like that, but he has become such an incredible figure for us, surpassing all the records. I'm not saying like being equal to David Villa or being equal to Samuel Eto'o. He was more than that. My guys, he's on the top 5 list of all-time goal scorers now. Luis Suarez, come on, like amazing. And the thing for me that really puts him into this list is that we bought that player and then he became even better around Messi and Neymar. He improved his game so much, and we made Barcelona. Barcelona made Luis Suarez reach another level. Golden Boot winner again after his time at Liverpool. Amazing. Barcelona did that. Then we have this player that was such a good striker, but now capable to associate, create, assist, and produce as much. Like, there are many interviews out there, and go look them up if you don't believe me, of Luis Suarez literally saying that when he arrived to Barcelona, his game went so high up. So high up, and he didn't believe he could do things that he was able to do now. So I think for that reason, not for us, but for Luis Suarez, he's a number 2 because he's just become such an important figure for us. Many people are gonna be saying, well, he doesn't score here, he doesn't score there, but he has been the best striker I've seen. And sorry for the bias or whatnot, but he is the best striker I have seen in my lifetime. And last but not least, at number 1, we have Marc-ANDRÉ ter Stegen. And I don't know who you were thinking I would put in number 1, but for me it has to be ter Stegen. I'm gonna basically repeat the same thing that I said with Luis Suarez. He came into Barcelona for as little as 12 million euros. So that simply puts him in front of Luis Suarez, because for 12 million euros, we got the best goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and we have a pivotal player for our system. in whatever season he played, after Claudio left, it was all Ter Stegen, and all Ter Stegen is all we needed, because we had one of the best savers, one of the best goalkeepers. Oh my god, the diving in this guy, the reaction, the reflexes, all of that Ter Stegen did amazing. And the play with his feet is just so sweet as well. Ter Stegen coming to Barcelona has won so much stuff. Same stuff as Luis Suarez, same time as Rakitic, all of that the same. They all came the same year. But for me, the one who's going to be sticking the longer has to be Ter Stegen. We were a very young goalkeeper, and he was so good from the get-go. Made so many mistakes as well at the start as well. You had the mistakes against El de Vigo, like multiple times against El de Vigo, and he just picked up from that. And I love that. And I love that he integrated into the culture. He now knows Spanish perfectly. He buys his house in Barcelona. He builds it from scratch. We have a guy here that is going to be defining a generation. And I don't know if Victor Valdez was that, but I don't know. For me, he wasn't. I think literally Ter Stegen can be a goalkeeper that when I'm like, 60, I can tell my kids that I was so glad I saw him and that he's going to be one in the history books for Barcelona. So for me, that Ter Stegen, that is why he's number one. And he can be our captain in the next years to come. I saw so many people saying that in a comment that I put in one of the Barca videos. But yeah, Ter Stegen can be that. And at 28, 27 right now, he still has like 5 more years to go, even more. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know in the comment box down below your top 10 list as well. Let me know who for you are the best signings of the decade. And remember guys, there are players like Dani Alves that didn't make the list. Players like Cesc Fabregas, well, Cesc Fabregas could have, but Dani Alves wasn't here because he was before the decade. He was running in 28, if I'm not wrong. So that is not a decade. Decade is from 29 onwards. From 2019 onwards. And then we had, of course, players like Cesc Fabregas, which for me just didn't make the cut. I think Cesc Fabregas was a good player, for instance, but I think that from a transfer deal perspective, for the money that we pay, for what he has won, and for what he did, I just don't know. I think that players like Paulinho and Bravo deserved a little bit more of praise, and that is the time that I gave for them in this video. So hopefully you understand that. So let me know in the comment box down below, what do you think? And of course, drop your submissions, drop your ideas for the video of you guys for the next week. Like I said, once a week, I have a video made for you guys, by you guys. So yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed. Remember, Instagram is the place to be. I cannot be tired of saying that. Go to Instagram, BugaLuis FC. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.